Guys, let me ask you something that I know has been on your mind, even if you've never said it out loud. What happens to your body if you ejaculate every single day? Is it helping you or is it slowly wearing you down? Should you be doing it more or should you be pulling back? And does the answer change as you get older? I hear this question more than almost any other in my clinic. Men in their 50s, men in their 60s, men in their 70s, all wondering the same thing, but none of them wanting to ask. Because somewhere along the way, we were taught that this topic is off limits, that real men don't talk about it, that you should just figure it out on your own and hope for the best. Well, I'm done with that, because hoping for the best isn't a health plan, and the silence around this topic is causing real harm to real men every single day. I'm Dr. Rachel Ross. I'm a urologist, and I've spent my career helping men understand how their bodies actually work. Not the version you get from locker room talk or internet forums. The real version, the one backed by science and decades of clinical experience. Today, I'm going to lay it all out for you. The good, the bad, and the stuff nobody else is willing to say. I'm going to walk you through 5 real benefits of daily ejaculation that might surprise you. Then, 5 genuine risks you need to watch out for. And then, I'm going to help you figure out exactly what's right for your body based on your age, your health, and your goals. By the time this video is over, you're going to feel clear, confident, informed. No more guessing, no more guilt, no more wondering if you're doing something wrong. But I need you to stay with me all the way through, because the most important part of this video is near the end. That's where I break down the specific numbers by age group that most doctors never share with their patients. Miss that section and you're flying blind. Before we start, hit that like button for me, subscribe if you're new, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from today. I love seeing this community grow, men from every corner of the world showing up and saying, I'm done being in the dark about my own health. That takes courage. Let's go. First thing I want you to understand, there is no single right answer to this question. Ejaculating every day is not automatically good, and it's not automatically bad. Anyone who tells you otherwise is oversimplifying something that deserves a real, honest conversation. Some men do great with daily release. They sleep better, they feel calmer, their mood is more stable, their relationships improve. Other men find that daily ejaculation leaves them tired, flat, disconnected, and struggling to perform when it actually matters. The difference isn't random. It comes down to 3 things: your age, your overall health, and the way you're doing it. We're going to cover all 3 today. Let's start with the good news, the real proven benefits of regular ejaculation. Benefit number 1, it's a natural mood booster. You know that feeling of calm that washes over you afterward? That's not in your head. That's real brain chemistry doing exactly what it's designed to do. When you ejaculate, your brain releases a flood of powerful chemicals all at once. Endorphins, which are your body's natural painkillers, they ease tension and create a feeling of well-being. Dopamine, which is your motivation and reward chemical, it makes you feel satisfied and content. Oxytocin, which is sometimes called the bonding hormone, it creates warmth and calm and connection. And serotonin, which stabilizes your mood and keeps you from swinging between highs and lows. All 4 of these chemicals hit your system together. It's like a reset button for your nervous system. Stress drops, tension releases. That tight feeling in your chest or your shoulders that you've been carrying around all day just melts. For men who deal with daily stress, anxiety, or just that general heavy feeling that life sometimes puts on you, regular ejaculation can be a genuinely helpful tool. Not a cure for everything, but a real consistent source of relief that your body provides for free. Benefit number 2, it helps you sleep. If you've ever noticed that you get drowsy after orgasm, that's not laziness, that's biology working perfectly. When you climax, your body releases a hormone called prolactin. Prolactin's main job in that moment is to make you deeply relaxed and sleepy. It shifts your entire nervous system from go mode to rest mode. Add in the endorphins relaxing your muscles and the oxytocin calming your stress response, and you've got the most natural sleep aid on the planet. For men over 50 who struggle with falling asleep or staying asleep, this is a big deal. Poor sleep affects everything: your energy, your focus, your mood, your immune system, your heart health. When you sleep better, everything in your life works better. And regular sexual activity, especially in the evening, can be a surprisingly effective way to improve your sleep without pills or supplements. Benefit number 3. It exercises your cardiovascular system. Most people think of orgasm as something that just happens in one part of your body, but it's actually a full body event. Your heart rate increases, your blood pressure rises temporarily, blood vessels throughout your body dilate and expand, circulation ramps up everywhere. Think of it like a mini cardio workout for your vascular system. Your blood vessels practice opening and closing. Your heart practices pumping harder. Blood flows into areas that might not get much circulation during your normal daily routine. For men over 50, this matters more than you might think. Keeping your blood vessels flexible and responsive is one of the most important things you can do for your long-term health. Stiff blood vessels lead to high blood pressure, heart problems, and yes, erectile dysfunction. Regular sexual activity, including solo activity, helps keep those vessels limber and responsive. Benefit number 4. It protects your prostate. This is one of the most important benefits and the one backed by the strongest research. Harvard Medical School conducted a massive study following over 31,000 men for nearly 20 years. What they found was striking. Men who ejaculated 21 or more times per month had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to men who ejaculated less frequently. The theory behind this is simple, and it makes perfect biological sense. Your prostate produces fluid. When you ejaculate, that fluid gets flushed out along with old cells, inflammatory compounds, and other waste products that build up over time. Regular flushing keeps the prostate clean and healthy. When ejaculation stops or becomes very infrequent, that fluid stagnates, and stagnant fluid creates an environment where problems can develop. Now, I want to be clear, ejaculation is not a guarantee against prostate cancer. You still need regular checkups, you still need screenings, but knowing that this simple, natural activity offers real, measurable protection is powerful information that every man should have. Benefit number 5. It supports your immune system. This one surprises most men, but the science is solid. Research has shown that sexual arousal and orgasm can increase levels of immunoglobulin A. This is one of your body's frontline immune defenders. It lives in your mucous membranes, your nose, your throat, your gut, and it catches viruses and bacteria before they can take hold. On top of that, orgasm lowers cortisol, which is your stress hormone. High cortisol suppresses your immune system. Low cortisol lets it do its job. So regular ejaculation gives your immunity a boost from 2 directions at once: more defenders and less suppression. For older men whose immune systems are naturally becoming less efficient, this is a meaningful benefit that costs nothing and requires no prescription. Now, before we move on to the risks, I want to share something with you that most videos on this topic completely skip, and it might be the most valuable piece of information in this entire video. That Harvard study didn't just find that frequent ejaculation helps. They found specific numbers that matter based on your age, and these numbers can help you find your personal sweet spot. For men in their 40s, the research suggests that 13 or more times per month offers the strongest protective benefit. That works out to roughly 3 to 4 times per week. At this age, your testosterone is still relatively strong, and your body recovers quickly. For men in their 50s, the ideal frequency drops slightly. Around 8 to 12 times per month seems to hit the best balance. That's roughly 2 to 3 times per week. Your testosterone is declining about 1 to 2% per year at this point, and your body benefits from a little more recovery time between sessions. For men in their 60s and beyond, even 4 to 8 times per month still provides significant benefit. That's roughly 1 to 2 times per week. At this stage, consistency matters more than frequency. Keeping the habit going, even at a lower rate, is far better than stopping entirely. These aren't rigid rules, they're guidelines based on the best available research. The most important thing isn't hitting a specific number, it's paying attention to how you feel and adjusting accordingly. Now let's talk about the other side of this conversation, because daily ejaculation isn't all upside. There are real risks, and I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't cover them honestly. Risk number one, it can become compulsive. There's a clear line between a healthy habit and an unhealthy compulsion, and that line isn't about frequency, it's about control. If you're choosing to ejaculate because it feels good, because it helps you relax, because it's part of a healthy, intimate life, that's one thing. But if you feel like you can't stop, if you're doing it even when you don't really want to, if it's interfering with your work or your relationships or your daily life, that's a problem. Compulsive behavior rewires your brain's reward system over time. You need more stimulation to get the same feeling. Normal pleasure stops being enough, and guilt and shame start piling up, which makes the cycle worse. Ask yourself one honest question. Am I choosing this, or is it choosing me? If the answer makes you uncomfortable, it might be time to step back and look at what's really driving the behavior. Risk number two, it can become an emotional crutch. Life is stressful, loneliness is real, boredom hits hard, especially after retirement or major life changes, and ejaculation provides quick, reliable relief from all of those feelings. The problem comes when it becomes your only way of coping, when every time you feel stressed or sad or bored, your first and only response is sexual release. Because that means you're not actually dealing with the underlying issue, you're just numbing it temporarily, and the issue keeps growing underneath. Ejaculation should be one tool in your toolbox, not the only tool. Exercise helps with stress. Connection with friends helps with loneliness. Purpose and hobbies help with boredom. If sexual release is the only thing you reach for, it might be time to diversify. Risk number three, it can lower sperm count. Now, if you're not trying to have children, this doesn't matter to you at all. Skip right past it. But if you or your partner are trying to conceive, this is worth knowing. Your body needs time to produce sperm. The full cycle takes about 48 to 72 hours. When you ejaculate every single day, your sperm count per ejaculation drops because your body can't keep up with the demand. The sperm that are there may also be less mature and less effective. The simple fix is spacing things out. Every 2 to 3 days during the conception window gives your body time to build up a strong, healthy supply. It's not about stopping completely, it's about being strategic. Risk number four, it can dull your sensitivity. This one catches a lot of men off guard. You'd think that more sexual activity would make things feel better, but sometimes the opposite happens. When you ejaculate every day, especially if it's rushed or routine, your brain starts to adapt. The dopamine hit that used to feel amazing becomes just okay. The excitement fades, things that used to turn you on stop having the same effect. You might notice that you feel less desire for your partner, or that arousal takes longer to build. This is your reward system adjusting to overstimulation. It's the same thing that happens with any pleasurable activity when you do it too much. The first bite of cake is incredible, the 10th bite is just chewing. The fix is simple. Take a short break. Even 2 or 3 days off can reset your sensitivity and bring back that spark. You're not losing anything by pausing, you're actually gaining back the ability to feel more. Risk number five, it can train your body for the wrong kind of performance. This is especially important for men who rush through solo sessions. If you consistently ejaculate as fast as possible, your body learns that pattern. Your nervous system adapts to sprint mode. Quick arousal, quick finish, done. The problem shows up when you're with a partner. Suddenly, you can't slow down, you finish too fast, or you feel anxious because your body is wired for speed and now it needs to work differently. Performance anxiety builds, confidence drops, and the whole experience becomes stressful instead of enjoyable. Let me tell you about a man I worked with recently. I'll call him David. He's 63, retired, good health overall. He came to me because he felt exhausted all the time, and his relationship with his wife had become distant. When we talked about his habits, it turned out David had been ejaculating every single day for years, not because he was particularly interested, just out of habit, like brushing his teeth. It was automatic. He did it quickly without much thought and moved on with his day. But over time, it was draining him. His energy was low, his desire for his wife had faded, he felt flat and unmotivated most of the time. He thought it was just aging. We made one adjustment. We spaced his ejaculation to every 2 to 3 days, and we changed how he did it. Instead of rushing through it, he slowed down, paid attention to sensation, made it intentional instead of automatic. Within 3 weeks, David told me he felt like a different person. His energy came back, his desire for his wife returned, their intimacy improved dramatically. He said, "Dr. Ross, I didn't realize how much of my life force I was just throwing away on autopilot." David's story isn't unusual. I see this pattern constantly, and the solution is almost always the same. It's not about stopping, it's about finding the right balance and being intentional about it. So here's your takeaway. Here's what I want you to walk away with today. Daily ejaculation can be perfectly healthy for some men. It provides real benefits for mood, sleep, circulation, prostate health, and immunity. The science supports that. But it can also become too much. It can drain your energy, dull your sensitivity, create compulsive patterns, and train your body in ways that work against you. The sweet spot is different for every man. It depends on your age, your health, your relationship, and how you feel. And the only way to find it is to pay attention. Here's a simple plan you can start with right now. Step 1. For the next 2 weeks, track how you feel. Energy levels, mood, sleep quality, desire, motivation. Just notice what's happening in your body and mind. Step 2. Experiment with frequency. Try daily for a few days, then try spacing it to every other day or every third day. Compare how you feel. Your body will tell you what works. Step 3. Change how you do it. Slow down, breathe, be present. Make it something you choose intentionally, not something that just happens on autopilot. The quality of the experience matters as much as the frequency. Step 4. Make ejaculation one part of a bigger wellness picture. Exercise, good food, enough water, quality sleep, social connection, purpose. When all of these pieces are in place, sexual health takes care of itself naturally. Step 5. If you notice anything unusual, pain during ejaculation, changes in erection quality, blood in your urine, or a persistent fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, see your doctor. These are signs that something deeper might need attention. Don't ignore them. And step 6, let go of the shame. Whatever you've been told in the past, whatever guilt or embarrassment you carry around this topic, put it down. You are a grown man taking responsibility for your health. There's nothing shameful about understanding your body and making choices that support your well-being. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. I want to leave you with this thought. Your body at 50 or 60 or 70 is not the same body you had at 25, and that's okay. It doesn't need to be. What it needs is for you to listen to it, to respect it, to give it what it's asking for and pull back when it tells you to. Sexual health isn't separate from the rest of your health. It's woven into everything: your energy, your confidence, your relationships, your sense of self. When you get this piece right, it lifts everything else. And getting it right doesn't mean following someone else's rules. It means finding what works for you, paying attention, being honest with yourself, and making adjustments as your body changes. You have more control over this than you think, and you have more potential than you give yourself credit for. Age doesn't end vitality. It just asks you to be smarter about how you maintain it. So, here's my challenge. Pick one thing from today's video and put it into practice this week. Slow down, pay attention, adjust your frequency, have an honest conversation with yourself about your habits. Whatever it is, just take one step. because one step leads to another, and before you know it, you're not just surviving your later years, you're thriving in them. If this video opened your eyes to something you hadn't thought about before, hit that like button, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, and share this with a man who could use this information, a friend, a brother, someone you care about. Most men will never search for this on their own, but if it finds them, it could change the way they take care of themselves for the rest of their lives. This is your body, your health, your life. Understand it, respect it, protect it. I'm Dr. Rachel Ross, and I'll see you in the next video.